You are watching Stripped Down Live, Saskatchewan's only award-winning one-hour local music showcase, the show that brings the venue to you in the comfort of your own living room. As always, I'm your host, Curtis Anderson. Really excited tonight, because tonight on Stripped Down Live, finally, it's Jesse Weiman.
Kept me strong inside. Don't wanna be your painkiller when you feel all alone tonight. Red wine, low-key time, but clothes and no one knows. It's fine just tonight. Hiding in the shadows, I'm just your painkiller. No drug dealer, not a space filler. Don't wanna be your empty mirror. Painkiller, emotional thriller, make your mind clearer. I'm just your painkiller. Your painkiller. Don't wanna be your dirty secret. There's gotta be something more. It's not how it has to be. It's just some nightly score. Red wine, low-key time, but clothes no one knows. It's fine just tonight. Hiding in the shadows, I'm just your painkiller. No drug dealer, not a space filler. Don't wanna be your empty mirror. Painkiller, emotional thriller, make your mind clearer. I'm just your painkiller. Your painkiller. I still remember everything like yesterday, making me think that I couldn't change. Your words held me back from living my life, telling me I couldn't survive. Now I know you're wrong and I'm not afraid. I'm just your painkiller. No drug dealer, not a space filler. Don't wanna be your empty mirror. Painkiller, emotional thriller, make your mind clearer. I'm just your painkiller. Painkiller. Your painkiller. Your painkiller.
You're watching Stripped Down Live with Jesse Weiman, finally
Finally.
on the show.
After all these
We
years.
try not to talk too much before the show starts, but I really want to start with this. I ran into Brock Andrews today.
Oh,
Love Brock Andrews. He was, Curdy! And he's this giant of a man. He gives me a big hug. New show coming up. Who's on? I said, oh, Jesse Weiman. Oh, Jesse's a good dude. And then he's like, how do you know Jesse? And I was like, no. Oh, one time I borrowed, no. I was like, I feel like I've known you for like a long time, but we've never hung out. How do we know each other?
I was telling my wife about this the other day too. She's like, so how do you know Curtis?
Right?
And I was like, you know what it was is when I first started, because I'm a music producer firsthand, is when I started producing. You started your show about the same time. So
Okay.
this would be like 2010, 8?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Rising 4 and that was
Okay,
that like
maybe
metal kind of crew then. So
because I was also an arts and entertainment
Yeah,
reporter around then, so maybe we did something that
well, you
wasn't
work in
for stripped
radio,
down.
and I think we
It was
just
for-
cross
okay,
paths
yeah.
all the time. And I'm guessing you know Harrison James.
I know all those guys. See,
Ah,
all these
so we've-
mutual friends.
We've
That's
just crossed
phenomenal.
paths and
But I had all these fake memories. I was like, well, one time we did, and I was like, no, that wasn't you. And and like I was like, I borrowed this piece of equipment to know that. So I really have to sit there and think
No,
today.
we've just
That's
crossed
amazing.
paths
Well,
a lot.
welcome. Good to have you
Welcome.
on the show finally. You've definitely been a glaring hole in this show that we have not had you on in the last 13 seasons.
I
So
thought it was
thank you
time.
for. It was absolutely time. Thanks for reaching out. Painkiller kicked off the show. That's a song that's been all over the place this last week.
I know I keep hustling it, and it's
Well,
getting more
it's all over
plays,
social
and
media. So tell me the journey of Painkiller.
It's funny. I was actually on the phone with one of the writers just before I came here, Doug Sylvester, and I was like, Doug, when did we write this? It was pre-COVID. So it's pre-COVID. I was with Doug and LJ Tyson. So the
Yep.
story is LJ came with the Painkiller thing, and then we kind of just expanded from it. I think we just wrote it in one day. But the whole idea and concept around the song was we wanted to write a song about being in a relationship with someone that is just using you as a painkiller, where they're just, they need you around. And we want it to be more angsty and rocky. And I've had it in the bank or the bank or whatever you call it, the vault for a while, and I thought it'd be good for a single. My goal is to release a single a month. I have a pile of music, but
Okay.
it's time to get out there with the music, and I've been putting this off way too long, and here we are.
So is this going to be part of a bigger project, like a full-on album, or?
I think when it gets there, because I have about 20 or 30 songs ready to go, I think I'm just going to do single, 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 single.
Gotcha.
Then when it gets to like 10 singles, I think they call it like the trickling effect, or
For sure.
there's a word for it, but a lot of singles and more singles.
In
And
2024, I have no idea how artists do it. If it's like still an album or if like it's singles, you know. I guess everyone's different.
they have their pros and cons.
Yeah.
Like singles are good because you can always get press from it, but albums get more streams, which
Yeah.
pay like 0.0004 cents. But you know, if you can get a billion streams, it adds up.
Absolutely. I still love going to shows and buying an actual physical CD. I always feel so special. And then I get home the next morning and I'm like,
How do you play it?
what do we do with this?
I like it for the
Stick it up-
artwork.
right?
I think the big thing I actually dig is like I don't even have a vinyl player, but I like the vinyls because it's like huge artwork and it's a very tactile kind of thing.
And I'm such a hypocrite because I'm always telling artists, I'm like, oh, I love CDs. Then I get their CD and then I kind of like throw the jewel in the garbage and put the sleeve in like a box of other sleeves.
Don't lie. You're taking that CD out and it's -3 and you're going, I forgot my scraper.
Right? And sometimes I find something under the seat in my car when I'm cleaning and I'm like, rebellion. Huh. Anyway, welcome to the show, Jesse. What are we going to hear tonight? I know you've been at this a long time, so we're going to hear like the greatest hits over the last 2 decades or new stuff? Or are you going to
We got new
You going
stuff.
to trickle out some singles tonight?
Yeah, I'm going to be playing a bunch of the singles I'm going to be putting out. I'm also going to be playing out songs from my old record that I did nothing with, but they're still good songs. So
Nice.
I'm just planning to push a bunch of stuff now. And I'm glad to be here. It's just going to be nice to do this.
I'm really excited.
Overdue.
It has been a week, and I am in a remarkably good mood now.
I'm
couple,
good.
Couple sick kids,
I've
that's
heard.
never fun.
I've
Busy
heard.
schedule, so tonight I was finally like, I got here. Stress is over. I'm just going to hang out and
We're
listen
gonna
to
have a good time.
Listen to music and listen to Jesse. And speaking of listening to people, they get worse each week. Ladies and gentlemen, social media correspondent Bryn Kreisa. What an intro. How's it going, Bryn?
It's going well. Happy first day of spring.
Yes! You're looking
Yes.
very springy.
I thank you for noticing.
Yes, absolutely.
We made it. It's spring.
What's going on, Bryn?
You know, some people are tuning in, which is good. We have a first question from Jared Lee.
Awesome.
Oh,
was-
hi, Jared.
Yeah, he was on he was on the show last season. And he's asking a very important question. He's asking what happened to your finger.
I wish I had an epic story. We have two.
Jared
little-
Lee stomped on it. Is that what happened? Okay.
No, we have 2 little dogs, and as you know, when you have little dogs getting your feet, I actually fell on the snares, and it like totally busted up. And I can't remember if it's called hammer finger, but the ligaments all messed up.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm playing with one less finger today and making it work.
Dog's a big part of your life. We'll talk about that later, maybe,
Oh,
if
yeah.
you want. But we have to. I'm worried we're going to go long and not have enough time to talk in music. So I'm going to thank the sponsors before we go to song number 2 in our first commercial break, because we got lots of ground to cover, and I feel like there's going to be lots of questions. And as we know, if you ask a question, your name gets entered into the imaginary like draw drum, and then at the end of the episode, Bryn just picks a random name or lets you pick, and that person gets a $25 Earl's gift card. I stole Bryn's thunder. That's usually her line, but I'm going to jump into it because, again, I'm so worried about not giving you enough time tonight. So we've got to thank our sponsors, including our title sponsor, Earl Saskatoon. They know what's up. They support the show. They're back they're back for our 13th season of supporting Strip Down Live. After that, we got Hairstyle Inn, Vern's Pizza, and E-West Music. Hairstyle Inn, great people. Vern's Pizza, always monthly specials. And E-West Music, they're still around. Not doing a whole lot, but they have a great catalog that they're slowly releasing online. And yeah, if you want to see former shows, I've been uploading them to a Mermoose Media YouTube page. So if you want to see LJ Tyson and his old band, I can't remember what it's called, but it was really good.
Mermoose Media.
Mermoose Media is where you can find old
LJ's
episodes.
Always good to watch.
Yes. Man, what was his band? LJ Tyson. His high school band.
Hive?
No,
We've done
maybe.
a few. We've done a few EPs and
Yeah, I've had him on the show. It was like something
got
kids or
LJ.
something. I don't know. Anyway, he probably doesn't want me to talk about it. So, song number 1, we kicked the show off with Painkiller, which is making its rounds. Where are we going for song number 2?
Song 2 is called Whiskey and Soda.
Whiskey and Soda. Do you want to pitch to Whiskey and Soda as you grab your guitar? Or are you just going to...
So Whiskey and Soda was a fun one to write because I actually didn't meet with anyone to write with this one. This was totally over the internet sending voice memos back and forth. So I first started to come with an instrumental for it. I actually sent it to my brother Jody, and he's a hip hop guy, so that's why this one has a bit more flow. He wrote it as like a rap song at first. Then I got it back. I made it more like country rock, and then I sent it to a guy to actually make the lyrics good. And then now it's here.
All right.
And I'm in this middle of should it be country or rock?
Maybe it's both. The lines get blurred a little more each day.
Maybe it just has to be both.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Jesse Weiman.
Thank you, sir. Says she wants to know my name. Got me thinking I'm insane. The way the earthquake shakes when she breaks it down again. Got me on the line. And I'm making up my mind. She wheels me in, it begins. She invites me inside, side. Whiskey and soda. She says let's come over. Ain't nobody sober. Tonight we'll be running all night. Old-fashioned fiesta. She's dancing on the dresser. Ain't feeling no pressure. Tonight we'll be running all night. Okay. Here for the night, stars out, campfire, sipping moonshine. Light in her eyes twinkles through the night sky. Revved up Maxima, running on high. Roll one, hold on. We're going for a ride like the waves in the tide. She's feeling kind of rowdy, grabbing on my side. Got me holding tight, letting go for the night. Whiskey and soda. She says come over. Ain't nobody sober. Tonight we'll be running all night. Old-fashioned fiesta. She's dancing on the dresser. Ain't feeling no pressure. Tonight we'll be running all night. There ain't no reason why we can make it through the night. There's a spark that we turned in the fire. We had no choice but to break the noise. All was left was our desire. Whiskey and soda. She says come over. Ain't nobody sober. Tonight we'll be running all night. Old-fashioned fiesta. She's dancing on the dresser. Ain't feeling no pressure. Tonight we'll be running all night. Oh, we'll be running all night.
ladies and gentlemen, Jesse Weiman.
I can't decide if I should get sober, so I'm afraid of the voice deep inside. I tell myself that I don't got a problem, but why doesn't my past let me sleep at night? The smoke's the only thing that lets me feel good enough so I can climb out of this well. I tell myself that I could be different if I found a way to live with myself. 'Cause the only thing that takes away the lonely is the only thing that keeps me on my own. I'm so tired of being in a room full of strangers when all I wanna do is feel at home. These days don't even need a reason. I can numb my mind to put it all to ease. In a simple way, it's complicated. Is happiness overrated? Knowing what I want ain't what I need. 'Cause the only thing that takes away the lonely is the only thing that keeps me on my own. I'm so tired of being in a room full of strangers when all I wanna do is feel at home. No one ever said this would be easy. I've come to believe this to be true. I've been carrying this weight on my shoulders far too long. I'm not broken, I'm just well used. 'Cause the only thing that takes away the lonely is the only thing that keeps me on my own. I'm so damn tired of being in a room full of strangers when all I wanna do is feel at home. And all I wanna do is feel at home. I can't decide if I should get sober.
You're watching Strip Down Live. We're spending 60 minutes with Jesse Weiman. You warned us right before I came back from commercial break. You're like, time to make some people depressed. So what was song number 3 there? That was beautiful, by the way. Got some goosebumps.
So that's a song called Room Full of Strangers. I wrote that with Jay Semko and
Wow.
from the Northern Pikes and Forrest Eaglespeaker from the North Sound.
Nice.
So it's
That's
a
some
song.
good company.
Yeah, it was nice. It was good company for it. No, I remember I first started writing. I had that first line, how do I decide if I get sober? And it just opened up this whole gate of, I'm sure everyone at some point is like, should I get sober at some point?
Mm-hmm.
So for myself, there was always that question of what is too far or not too far. So for me, I more struggled with marijuana than booze, but it's about that. Like, it's just about my struggle with it. Because again, like, I wasn't someone that like felt too off the deep. I was still able to work, but not something that I was happy about. So yeah, I wrote that with Jay and Forrest, and happy where it turned out. It's taken a lot of different evolutions, the song, but it's finally getting there. And it's a raw one I'm putting out. I don't normally go that deep when I put things out, but
That's a fascinating trio. So you have Jay
Yeah.
Semko,
Yep.
Then you have Jesse Wyman, and then you have Forrest. Kind of
Yeah.
like, you know,
Different generations.
different generations. Yeah, that's
that's
a good
why-
way of
that's
putting
why-
it. That's fun. Those are
Yeah,
three
no.
extremely talented people, obviously.
No, that's why. No, that's why I wanted to do it. I wanted the perspectives.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know Jay's has a lot of experience, and Forrest's got a younger experience.
Yeah.
and I'm kind of
You're
in the
smack
middle.
dab in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah, and they both are in the music industry, and no, I like doing that when I do.
So what does
co-writes.
collaborating with those two look like? Like what?
I go, hey Jay, want to get together for a write, Forrest, and then we get together, and then we usually have concepts when we sit down. So it'll be like, I want to write about this, or sometimes Forrest will come with an idea, or Jay, and
Yeah.
we just go with it. I have more of a pop perspective when I write, so that's nice. Jay's more folk. Forrest is too. No, it's just a mix. I'm very blessed. As a for anyone out there, I'm a music producer for a company called Melita Studios, so I do get lucky to sit down a lot with many, many artists. So, and I have those relationships where I can call them. Yeah.
Producer, recording engineer, and musician. That was actually going to be my next question. Some of the names you've worked with over the years, and that's again their common thread of why I feel like I know you better than I do, because your name
that's what I was saying.
constantly is coming up with all these people that you've worked with.
I know I've had a few people, like even Hallie. I worked with her.
Yeah.
Before she started working with. Yeah, she was tadpole when she came. I don't even know
Yeah.
how old it was, 15, 14. But she's like, I have these beats, and then she sang on them, and she was at our old place. Incredibly talented person. I'm glad she's working with Josh. They're a great fit. Yeah. Josh Palmer's another one I haven't like worked directly with, but we cross paths always. Cody Prevost is a man I did half a record with. The North Sound, I worked with Jay. But Jay and I usually just write, though, when we get together. I should have brought a list.
It's all good. Amanda Hagel.
Amanda Hagel.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's another. Amanda's awesome. We wrote together, too. She's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, and again, these are all people that have been on the show once, if not twice.
Yeah. Like,
And
no,
that's
even
why
around-
your name constantly comes up.
I've worked with all of them.
I
Yeah, so-
know.
Yeah,
It's bizarre,
And
because
I-
again, I feel like we go back 20 years, but we really don't. You know,
No,
just name
it's
association.
just people, and I think that's what's again like I'm so happy I got to work with them, but it's like
Yeah,
I get
yeah.
to work with so many talented people. It stops me from working on Jesse stuff
It's fair.
because so I can manage both now.
Multiple SCMA nominations. Yeah, as you said, you worked with Cody, you worked with Amanda. Wearing so many different hats, what's your favorite thing to do in this industry?
I want to say number one is I really love artist development. Actually,
Okay.
I've really nailed my niche or whatever you call it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like getting an artist that's just starting, that's got talent. Like a kid I'm working with right now, Kieran Gardner, I'll shout out, but he's a good example of one where he's young, he's starting out, super talented. So I like that like initial of coming in, being like, what do I do? And then I can help point him on the right track. I'm also good at communicating with their parents, because we really want to make a safe space for everyone. And as you probably know about the music industry, it's not the safest
Not always a safe
environment for people. So I try to provide that with my wife that I run my business with as much as we can. And again, come up with a great product. We'd like to be a solid, straight business that helps people get started.
Amazing. Did you have a Jesse Wyman when you were first starting out? Like someone to kind of mentor you and make sure you had a safe space, or did you not? And
No.
that's why that's what's forced this to the
I feel
to the
like
top.
it's like a village though. Like I didn't have like a direct one, but it was like through the years there was always someone different. Like even when I got into radio, like I had T-Bone mentor me for a while and do commercials. There was always like someone, even still to this day. I have this thing where I make a point to always be the dumbest, least talented person in the room at all times. And if I'm not, I leave. Like,
Amen.
Yeah, no, and that's what's led me through my career. Like just even from day one, I learned from being around, osmosis. Like that was my number one. I started reading books about 6-7 years ago. That was a big win too. But
Cool.
I'm very much about experience, people, learning. So, yeah, I don't know if that answers your question. But
It absolutely did, and it segued into my next thing that I was going to do later, but I'm going to do it now. Big thanks to tonight's crew. We had some last-minute shakeups. We have Brody, who came in at the last minute to do audio, and not the easiest setup. I mean, you got a looper. We've got, there's some variables that we haven't really had on the show in a while. So big thanks to Brody and City Mike showing up to do some camera, along with Anna and Doug, and of course Eric and Dean in the studio. It's going great tonight. Everything's working well. Knock on wood. And of course Bryn Kreisa, who we'll talk to again maybe after the next commercial break. So we need to get to song number 4.
Song number
Yeah.
4. Oh, good. This is an old one. So this
Okay,
one-
we got some vintage.
This is super vintage. I hate to say 13, 12, 14 years
That's
ago.
not that long ago.
Yeah, but no, I wrote a lot. Me and my brother started at Jody again, so we've
Yep.
always done music. we had this group called Unhinged, and this is like OG YouTube days where you could like get a ton of plays and just hustle on it. But I remember he does music videos as well as we do, but this is probably our first one we did with like a handy cam and.
Is it still out there?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm not getting that one down. It's so ghetto, but awesome.
Really? That's all. It's still thumbs up.
Oh yeah.
Amazing. I know so many, man. Like I said, I post all these old episodes on my Mermoose Media YouTube page, and a lot of times artists are like immediately as soon as I post it, like, can you please take that down? I don't like that's my old stuff. I'm not proud of that.
I'm totally good with old stuff.
Sorry.
I like old stuff. I think it's good. It shows where you're at the time. Even me, because I've documented like everything. I'm just got video, so I think that's even going to be the latest things I'm going to do is dig up like my old band, Straight Face Liars, OG. Yeah. I like that you do that.
Right.
Yeah, it brings a nostalgic thing. You're like, oh yeah, that was that. And
you always got to make a music video about like when you're on the road. That always has like old footage. That's like passage.
You got to have that for
you
sure.
You got to have that. The old Home Sweet Home.
No, I still love that stuff. Like
that's good. Videos, good for you. Yeah. Good for you. Okay, I'll let you go. So this next song 4 is called
Repair.
Repair. Take it away, Jesse Weiman.
I'm just gonna tune really quick, but this is an old song I did. It's on my record that you can get on Spotify. I do like it. Possibly might re-release it. Driving my 5-speed back in my hometown, I barely made it home alive. Took so damn long to figure this out. In life there's no second try. And through the window I see that old cafe, the one where I learned to sing. And when I booked that flight, I learned one more thing, why I ran away. I'm afraid what I am, what I've done, what I could do again. I'm so broken, I know that I need a repair. My 6-string, $100 to my name, the vendetta to throw the past away. Was so damn hard to throw it away. The picture of her face. I'm afraid what I am, what I've done, what I could do again. I'm so broken, I know that I need a repair. So scarred up, these years have taken their toll, but I can't wait to see your face, the woman I left that day. I'm afraid what I am, what I've done, what I could do again. I'm so broken, I know that I need a repair. 'Cause I can't let go. I need to know if I'm worth it. I need repair.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jesse Weiman.
I hear her all the time from across the hall, singing all those love songs you hear on TV. A voice that would kill in a mean guitar. I can't help thinking that she's singing about me. It's the only thing I've ever heard in my life. Turn the city boy to the countryside. I knock on a door in a bottle of wine, and those blue eyes. She said, hey boy, let's go fishing in the dark. I'll sing lead, you play guitar. Hey girl, that's all I wanna do. Sit around and play rock and roll with you. Singing sha-la like brown-eyed girl. Hey oh, you shook my world. All I wanna do is be close to you and those blue eyes. I finally didn't like it when she brought me home. Didn't make enough at the 9 to 5. Had a couple of drinks, I played her father's guitar. It didn't take long for them to take my side. She's the only one that ever made me feel strong. Helped me realize that I'm not alone. She hit so hard when she came along. Less like heavy metal and more like a love song. Hey boy, let's go fishing in the dark. I'll sing lead, you play guitar. Hey girl, it's all I wanna do. Sit around and play rock and roll with you. Singing sha-la like brown-eyed girl. Hey oh, you shook my world. All I wanna do is be close to you and those blue eyes. She said to me, want you in my life, that's all I need. Said, hey girl, all I wanna do is spend my life growing old with you. We said, hey boy, let's go fishing in the dark. I'll sing lead, you play guitar. Hey girl, that's all I wanna do. Sit around and play rock and roll with you. Singing sha-la like brown-eyed girl. Hey oh, you shook my world. All I wanna do is be close to you and those blue eyes. Hey girl, your blue eyes. And hey girl, your blue eyes.
You're watching Stripped Down Live with Jesse Weiman. I think that was my favorite song so far.
Good.
I was so excited to tell you that I cut your name off. Jesse Weiman. That
Wyman.
was my favorite song so far.
Good. I'm happy to hear that.
What was that?
That one's called Blue Eyes. So I think that one I wrote 8 or 10 years ago. With a guy named Eli. He was on a songwriting grant, and I remember going to his apartment, and we're like, dude, we need to write a country song so we can get rich. I still remember that, because he was like he played with Josh Palmer a lot, so he was like that like indie rock thing, and I was like heavier rock, and then we were like, okay, it's time. We need to write country music, and that was the first one we came up with.
During the commercial break, one of the producers was like, you look really short. Let's get you a new chair. And now I feel like I'm extremely tall. And I was like, I'm short, and that's not the chair's fault. But now I've got this, like, so these don't really go up and down. So I'm towering over you now, and it's very off-putting because I don't usually look down upon the guests. But we'll just go. We'll keep going.
It's okay.
It's amazing.
I can get used to it.
You'll also notice I'm wearing a Stripped Down Live hat. I had some of these made up, but I think they're like youth. It's very small. But I was going to, like, offer some up. So if you've got, like, a grade 6 or 7 or that want to go to elementary school with a stripped down live hat, send me a message. Who knows?
It's good. It's good
you know?
promotion. It's good promotion.
Thank you. All right. Speaking of promotion, let's throw it over to our social media correspondent, the lovely Bryn Kreisa. Bryn, what's going on? There's been some movement, hey?
Yes.
Yes.
There are some comments that came in. Okay, speaking of songwriting, there's a question. There are rumors that you and Chris Lane were working on a duet. Can you confirm these rumors?
Can I lie?
Sure.
No, sorry.
Well, we won't
We're
know.
not going to do it just yet. He hasn't messaged me about it yet, but
Oh,
yeah, I wish.
Well, if you're watching,
Yeah.
yeah. Answer
Hit
that
me up.
message.
Instagram, Jesse Weiman Music,
All right, so that's to be determined.
to be determined. But thanks for the question.
Next question. Do you have a preference producing others or songwriting for yourself?
great question.
Very good.
No, I like both. They both have their enjoyment to it. I like working with others because they bring the vision in, and I can dive into their branding, into their what they want to become. So every artist I work with, we'll say like Amanda Hago, or
Yep.
Cody Prebills, or Kieran, or old bands I work with, they all have a different vision of who they are, a different brand, a different audience that they speak to. So it's really fun to actually diving into that. That's actually my biggest challenge as an artist, is that I have a very tough time sticking in the lane. You're really supposed to be like rock or country or one thing. I'm incapable of that. I like bouncing everywhere, and so I do like writing for myself. I do get an enjoyment from it, and it is a different thing because it is like my music, but I like working with other people because I love bouncing. I'm very influenced by the people I'm around musically. So if I'm with a hip hop guy, I'm probably going to really love hip hop in 2 weeks. Or if I'm around a rock guy, rock. So yes,
You're just ahead of your time. That's like what all the famous musicians
ahead of my
are doing
time.
now.
I like that, but I hope that answers the questions, but both have their enjoyment.
Yeah, I could see that. I imagine being a producer too. You have all those influences.
Oh, and
So-
you have so many hats when you're a producer because I can play instruments on things. I get to hire the musicians if needed, or other, like again, like that's why I get to work with so many songwriters and
Yeah.
have that relationship with them, is because I produce.
Yeah.
So they both have their thing. And again, when you're doing the artist thing, you get to be on shows like this. So they both have their ups.
Yeah, definitely. Follow-up question. How do you keep all the creative energy for all your projects balanced?
I don't. I just go all the time. I try to stick to only about 4 or 5 hours a day of music, but it's like
It's a lot.
It's
Yeah.
a lot,
It's a lot.
But in a 12-hour day, you're awake for 12. You know.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
You
that's
know.
right on the line of starting
know,
to
so I-
dislike something. About 6,
Yeah.
7 hours a
I
day, you
know,
start to
but-
turn on it.
I want to say, and I'd like to be challenged with it, but I feel infinitely creative. As long as I have the gas, like I'm still like able to open my eyes, I can generally write a song on the spot, and I am up for the challenge. I was talking earlier to one of the cameramen about freestyling. I'm not great at it, but I like it.
Yeah.
So I like being challenged creatively. Like I think that's actually the big thing about producing. Like I like it when I'm like, oh my God, what is this? Or like,
Yeah, it keeps
so-
it interesting.
so I'd say the big thing is I would talk about you got to fuel the art. I watched this anime the other day. It's called The Blue-Eyed Samurai, and there was this guy called a Sword Father. He was like so he's a blacksmith. But I'll explain it how he said on the anime, because I get everything from anime, is you have to do everything to fuel your art. Like everything in your life, from like your fitness to what you eat to who you hang out with. The way you can stay creative is you have to make sure it aligns with you, but also your whole life is surrounded by it where it can allow you to do so. So I've even built my life where it's music. I'm around it all the time, even my lifestyle too, my overhead. I make it so I can do it, and I'm not freaking out over it. It's a big reason I don't have kids yet even too. I build everything around it. I'm also a person with ADHD, so I do need to do a lot of fitness and exercise stuff and meditation just to make sure I am in the flow. And I'd say that is the trick for my opinion of it is everything in your life is the art and building it so you can have that energy to do it well.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That segued into like 2 or 3 other questions I had. We might have to drop a song. We'll see, because I want to keep talking. If that's
So,
cool,
Yeah, we can keep talking.
we
Yeah.
can do 7 instead of 8. You mentioned anime, cozy anime piano. Anime piano. Did I say that right? Cozy
Yeah, cozy anime piano. Okay, so this is exactly my problem. I do have a side project I started where I do like anime piano songs that I write. And
That's
I can't mix it
amazing.
because it's too weird to do with what I'm doing here, but It's just instrumental stuff. I listen to a lot of study beats when I'm working, so I was like, I should do this. And I put an EP out, and I'm going to put more out later. So, and I can generally write these songs in about 30 minutes. It's really weird.
It was like you had one genre left that you hadn't explored. So there it was. I wanted to touch on that too. So just being completely like multi-genre. Do you play a lot live?
No, I don't.
You don't? Okay, because
I have thought about it, and I do like it, but it's one of those things that preparing for a show is a thing, and I will.
imagine.
I will. Again, like I have to say, I'm still a businessman in mind, so like I do things if it makes sense. Like I talk to my artists about this a lot, but like when you're just starting, and again, this is just my belief on it, my belief system towards this. Where I'm at right now in my career, it doesn't make sense to go on the road. I don't have a big enough fan base for it to make sense to. So I think like I will play shows when it makes more sense to do so, when I have an audience for it. But I'd say for sure for me though, it's production though. Like I like creating stuff and being in that bubble.
So with all genres being mixed now, I was just like curious if, because I know like even just before COVID, it was like, well, if you're a country artist, you play these 2 venues in Saskatoon. If you're a rock, and I was just curious if that's still a thing, if it's that.
Yes, absolutely. Like the algorithm on Spotify,
Yeah.
YouTube, like that's why it's like even I remember talking to my wife about it being like, I almost need to just keep making aliases so I can fit into these lanes because
Gotcha.
I feel like rock and country, like the stuff I'm playing today, kind of mixes, but I can't throw a cozy anime and piano thing into that.
Gotcha.
Like it would just be like too left field.
And more now than ever, like with Beyonce doing country, I felt like that was a huge shift. As soon as she announced that she was making a country album, I was like, oh, what are all the boring people who love to say I listen to everything but country going to say now?
I hope
What's
it
going
goes.
to be their go-to?
It kills me. Like I really do hope it goes in that direction where you can do it. You can
Oh,
do
yeah.
it. But I'm also a nerd with this stuff. Like I am thinking about how I'm marketing in this, and it's weird to say, but algorithms play a part in things. And like even the simple thing, I have to say, the weirdest thing right now with being an artist is I spend every single morning getting up for 2 hours making content. Every day. I might take one day off from it, maybe. But usually I'll have something ready. I'll batch it, I'll call it. But every day. And that's different. When I was in a band back in the day, we didn't have to do that at all. Or now it's like you need to make some kind of TikTok thing or some post or like
So that's how you start every day?
every morning.
Every morning.
I get up, first thing. My wife does the same thing too. She has a brand called Cozy with Andrea, which we do, but it's just required of it. And also being a business too, like but the morning's the best part for me to do it because it's fine to do it, but I know if I didn't have to, I'd probably procrastinate on do it. But first thing, get a bit. Okay, what am I doing?
And that's what being a successful artist looks like now.
It's
right. Like you have to live online. You have to be on social media.
Yeah, I'd say the biggest thing though is if there's an artist watching, it's the work ethic. It's work. It's not this thing where someone's just gonna hand you a guitar on stage. Like it's you have to work hard. It's a prerequisite to what you do with this. Like even to develop the skills. You're not just born with it. Like anyone you had on here, they worked to get where they were. They put a gazillion hours into it in every facet, and it's just like with what you do as well. Like it's just pure work. So I really want to put that in people's head all the time. Like it's the work. I don't look at the results of things. I look at it just so I can love the work every day.
Awesome. Fascinating, man. Fascinating. Okay, I just heard in my ear that maybe we'll just drop the last commercial break and we'll do a song. We'll talk some more and do a wrap.
I'm easy, whatever you guys like.
See, this is usually what we talk about during the last break, but how long is song number 7? I want to make sure I give you enough time.
They're all like 3 minutes.
They're all 3 minutes?
They're just
Okay.
pop bangers.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe we,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Maybe we got time. We'll see. All right, let's get to another song. Let's see what happens here.
Okie dokie, where am I? Okay, Stitched.
This is live, right? We're making it up as we go, so we'll see what happens.
No, this one's
What's the song?
This one's called Stitch. So I would say this is just a romantic love song.
I haven't really been there yet tonight, so that's
Yeah, no, this is all my other ones got a bit of cheese to it. But this one has all 4 kinds of cheese. So this one's Stitched.
This one is rich fromage.
Straight rubs love song.
But you need the love song, right?
Oh yeah, this is definitely one like if you want to get married and you're like,
This is the
I
first
dig
dance
you.
song?
maybe if it gets
Wow.
big enough, but
Wow.
we will see. But this is Stitched.
Stitched. Take it away, Jesse Weiman.
You stitched me up with your smile last night. 'Cause these wounds have slowed me down. For the first time I feel I found a home with you in my arms last night. I need to tell you that I've been lost. So many nights at sea where the stars were gone. But with you I know time won't ever change how much I love you. You must know you make my heart race. You become the light in my life. For the first time I feel I found a home with you in my arms last night. I need to tell you that I've been lost. So many nights at sea where the stars were gone. But with you I know time won't ever change how much I love you. I've been lost. So many nights at sea where the stars were gone. But with you I know time won't ever change how much I loved you.
All right, live TV. We're dropping commercial breaks. We're powering through.
Love it.
We're wrapping things up with Jesse Weiman. Did you have fun today? We got a few minutes of talking.
I'm having so much fun.
Song. I know it went by quick. I knew it would, though. I knew we'd have some stories.
I like interviews.
Right? The last thing I want to talk about before we do our wrap, I saw you had a 27 debut album. 2017, was that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Helen of Troy.
I was like, okay, I was just trying to guess what it would be called. I was like, I don't know, maybe like a Hinder vibe. I was like, it's probably going to be like Whisper in the Darkness of Time or something. But Helen of Troy, that threw me for a loop. Why Helen of Troy?
I love the story of Helen of Troy. So I like that she was a Spartan princess that got in love with the think about this again, the Trojan prince. I think it was Paris. And she came back and a huge war was started over. So that's why I like the name of it. It was like almost the most insane, ridiculous love story ever where everyone died because of it and a whole nation got collapsed from it. So that's why.
You were fascinating to talk to. I love how your mind works. Last break we were talking about anime and piano, and now Helen of Troy. Just, it's wonderful.
I have the weirdest influences.
No, we could definitely use more guests like Jesse Weiman.
Oh, thank you.
Let's throw it over to Bryn before we wrap things up. Bryn.
Hey.
Hey.
Hello.
I just went ahead and picked a gift card winner. I hope you don't mind.
That's fine.
It's going out to Chris Williamson, who's been very active in the chat, asking good questions. So congratulations, Chris.
Congratulations,
Thank you very much.
We're going to Earl's.
Yes.
You are. Tell me, that it, Bryn?
That's it.
Awesome.
Short and
Thank you
sweet.
so much. Always a pleasure. I guess let's wrap things up with, is it Nolita Studios?
That's the company, the Lolita Studios.
Yeah.
I run it with my wife, Andrienne.
Okay. And you're always looking for
We're always-
artists?
Yeah, we're always looking for artists to work with. We also work with corporate companies as well. They need branding. Our specialty is artist development or building branding for people. We do video and audio and photography, and we have our hands in a bit of everything.
Okay.
Yeah, keeps us busy.
Yeah, you're very, very busy. I don't know if you want to talk about other stuff you do or if you want to focus more on the studios and who should come use your services, but the floor is yours. We got a couple minutes.
No, yeah, like as you guys know, I'm a music producer and a songwriter, so if anyone out there is looking to work with a music producer to get their artists or their branding going, definitely hit us up. You can go to nolitastudios.com, but no, I'm grateful to be here, and I just want to say congratulations to you. Like, it's impressive how long you've done this. Curtis is a huge supporter of the local music community here, and I feel like cats like him that do this don't get enough appreciation, so I just want to know, like, kudos to you. Like, congratulations. The support you've given the music scene over the years, which I've seen, has been phenomenal. Like, I appreciate it. It's great that all the artists out here get that, so you need to be thanked for it.
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
I feel I'm more of a conduit. Everyone assumes I'm an artist, and this is like something to get my band on TV. I don't play any instruments. I'm just around musicians. And we did this from 2008, and it started like this. It started very stripped down, and before long we were doing full bands, and we went so far the other way that when we stopped doing it in 2014, or 20, whatever it was, when we brought it back a few years later, we got to do it live finally, and we got to actually strip it down. And this is, to me, this is what the show was always supposed to be. Not that I didn't love doing live, like, full bands, but this conversation, you know, one-on-one, this is always my vision from the, like, 15 years ago. So when a episode like this knocks it out of the park, I feel really good at the end. So thank you very much, Jesse.
No, and thank you again. Like you said, conduit. But it's amazing. Everyone in Saskatchewan needs this. So I'm just happy to see that you're still doing it for everyone.
I appreciate that.
But
Thank you very, very much.
Thank you for having me on this as well.
And I haven't done it alone. We have some really good sponsors like Earl Saskatoon, our title sponsor. Support the people that support us. Is Earl Saskatoon, Vern's Pizza, who are about to feed the crew in about 5-10 minutes here, Hairstyle Inn, and E-West Music. And once again, if you want to see old episodes of Strip Down's original run with all the bands I was talking about, hit up Mermoose Media on YouTube, and they're all up there. We're already up to season 6. It's a lot. There's a lot. Final words, Jesse, before we sign off?
Thank you, everyone, for watching this. I really appreciate being here on again. I'm just glad to finally be here. I've seen this for 14 years, and it's great to be here. So thank you. And I'm going to end this on my muse.
Take it away. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Oh, great. This is the most difficult one to play with my broken finger.
Have to tell you I've always missed the late nights where we would sit and trace the stars until the sun came up. I swore that I'd forget your kiss, but every year it sinks back in my mind. So I sit and write this song. I'll never forget those days. I thought with time I would to give you up, but in my dreams I still feel your touch. You're the first I ever loved, and I see now you're my muse. Dance like snowflakes floating through the crowd, intertwined and spinning round as we melted in time. We kissed beneath the New Year's moon, and fireworks were all in bloom. Your heart was sinking up next to mine. I'll never forget your face. I thought with time I would give you up, but in my dreams I still feel your touch. You're the first I ever loved, and I see now all my muse. You were gone with the wind. Now nothing makes no sense. Took me forever to get over you, but still your memory sinks back in. Thought with time I would give you hope, but in my dreams I feel